right now we're gonna cover time signature. Time signature in music is it lets you know how many beats are in each measure, and it also lets you know what type of beats will be used for each measure. So now you will typically see time signatures in the beginning of a piece of music, and it's represented like two numbers that look like that, maybe 2-4. You may see 3-4. You may see 4-4. You may see 6-4, 3-8, 6-8, and maybe 2-2, and so on. Now, these are your common time signatures. This is what the typical piece of music will call for as far as the time signature in the beginning of the music. Just let you know how many beats are in each measure and what type of beats. Now, quickly, I want to review or introduce the concept of what the numbers represent. The number 2 is always going to be equal to a half note. Okay, so the number 2 is going to be equal to a half note. The number 4 will always be equal to a quarter note. And the number 8 will always be equal to a 16th note. Our bottom set of our bottom set of numbers, it indicates what type of notes will receive what pulse. It indicates what type of notes will we be using in our measures. The top note, so let me just write that down. Bottom represents what type of notes. Will it be quarter notes? Will it be eighth notes? Or will it be half notes? The top set of numbers represents how many pulses, how many beats will be in our measure. All right, so the top, how many will we use? Okay, so now I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to turn this around. On the back of this, we have our typical musical staff. And we're just going to do some quick practice really quickly. So now we know that the bottom number, represents what type of beats. What type of beats are we going to use? Quarter notes, eighth notes, or half notes? The top number represents how many is going to be in each measure. So if we had a time signature that said 3/4, okay, 3/4 time. All right, that's letting me know that there's going to be 3 quarter notes in each measure. 3 quarter notes in each measure. This is a measure line. This separates the measures, okay? Now, if we had a time signature like that lets us know what? That there's going to be 4 quarter notes in each measure. 4 quarter notes in each measure. And it goes on, all right? If we had 6, 8, I don't know why I keep doing fractions, probably because I did a fraction lesson at school this whole week. Anyways, if there were 6, 8, that's letting us know how many beats. There's going to be 6 beats of what? What type of beats? Well, eighth notes. So we're going to have 6 eighth notes in each measure. Okay? You may see eighth notes that look like that, and you may see eighth notes that are separate. Okay? They do not have to be beamed together. And boom. All right? So if I was to clap this out or tap it out, this would be in 3/4 time. So it would be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If I was to clap this out, this would be 4 pulses or 4 beats per measure. It'll sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. if I clap this out, now we know that these are eighth notes. They're going to sound slightly faster than these because on our hierarchy, on our note value tree, remember, whole notes were the longest duration. Then we have half notes, and then we had the quarter notes, and then we had the eighth notes. Okay, so that means this is not going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can't be at that tempo because we know that it's it's twice as fast as a quarter note. So instead of 1, 2, 3, instead of that slow pace or slow tempo, it's slightly faster. So it'll sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if we did this, if we decided to add a eighth note here, 2 eighth notes, this still lets us know that there's 3 beats per measure, because we know that 2 eighth notes is equal to 1 quarter note. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting, and you can be super duper creative in music as far as beats go and rhythms go. All right, there's still 3 beats. This is 1 beat, this is 2 beats. You will hear 2 sounds, but it still represents 1 beat. And then this is your last beat. All right, we know that 2 eighth notes is still equal to 1 quarter note. So now for this next measure, let's say I didn't want to use 3 simple quarter notes. But I still have to represent this measure with 3 beats. Well, I can get a little creative. I know that a half note represents 2 quarter notes. So far we have 2 beats taken up. You will hear 1 sound, but it still covers the space of 2 beats. And then so we have 1 beat left. I can either put that there, I can put a quarter rest, because we know that takes the space of 1 beat or 1 rest, all right? Or I can choose to have 2 eighth notes, okay? So now if I was to clap this or tap this line out, it'll sound like this: 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and. It's kind of difficult, but these are the beginning stages of it, and we'll dig a little bit further and we'll understand and really break it down and do some practice.